Guys, Wild Man back with another one. I had a lot of people ask me yesterday what that cover that I was drilling all them holes in was for. And it's for a 1982 cm250C that I restored. It's actually just pretty much a basket of parts. I took a bunch of Honda Rebel parts and a bunch of Honda CM parts and made one motorcycle after it sat in a field for 10 years. So since you guys are interested in that, I figured I might show you a little bit of it and check it out. This is a 1982 Honda CM250C. The predecessor to the Honda Rebel, which is, it's basically the same thing as a Honda Rebel, except it doesn't have a frame girdle or whatever it's called. But this is what I was putting that cover on. I figured it kind of looked old school. I really don't know if I like it or not. Just let me know. Let me know in the comments if it was a good mod or a bad mod. I've done a lot of work to this bike. I've ported the head, I've done some camshaft work, I ported the intake, I got a big racing carburetor on there, cleaned the tank, coated the tank, new petcock. It's had the works done to it. When it was brought to me after it went to 2 different shops and could not be fixed. It sat in someone's yard for around 10 years after multiple motorcycle shops couldn't fix it. I had it for 10 minutes and I had it on the road. And it made me feel pretty good. But it was one of those things that you kind of just accidentally stumble upon. The reason that I fixed it is because I was playing with the battery cables and the fuse box cables, and I twisted one a certain way and everything turned on and it started right up like nothing ever happened to it. Literally 2 motor rotations and it just started running after 10 years. Pretty surprising. But I've literally fixed that fuse box and now she's good to go. She's been running ever since. I mean, this bike is basically just a Honda Rebel. I left the motor fairly stock. The bottom end is definitely stock. It's a pure bone stock bottom end. But I did go through and mess with the camshaft a little bit. I did a port and polish. Might have shaved a few centimeters off that head. Get some more compression. And it screams. It literally sounds like a 2-stroke. Like I took it to a Forgotten Angels camp out, and I had people coming up to me asking me what I'd done to that motor because was not a stock Honda Rebel. Even, I think Shade Tree even asked me, he's like, what's wrong? What's done to that motor? And I'm like, oh, it's stuck. And he's like, yeah, right. Can't release all my secrets, man. Used to sit very low to the ground, and I went through and upgraded the suspension on the front, made it a lot taller in the front. DID wheel up front, straight from Japan. DID wheel out back, straight from Japan. New old stock from the 80s. Yeah, try finding those, bud. Took a long time and a lot of eBay searches. But I finally found those. I threw some cheap shocks on the back. I want to get some Hagens or something, so put down in the comments what shocks I should run, because I don't really like those shocks. A lot of people are starting to run them, and they're really not that great because they're pretty cheap. They look cool, but that's about it. I really kind of want to run an Öhlins setup. I went through, polished those fins. I really haven't done much but ride it. I pretty much just went in and put an off-road lift kit on it and some new tires and wheels, and I've been riding the heck out of it, dude. I think I've had it for 3 or 4 years now, and it's done so great. I put a picture up, like right here, of what this bike looked like when it was stock. And it kind of looked like a Harley Sportster, but like smaller, if that makes sense. But we pretty much just went through and jacked it way up, geared it for the woods or off-road. And I pretty much made this my little mountain bike. I got a lot of people that come and travel from all over. I can't believe the people that come here just to see me and ride because the riding's so good in North Carolina. And I've made so many friends and they're all jealous, so they come ride with me. But all my friends that come out and ride with me, I've literally had the biggest, baddest Harleys. And the biggest, baddest, I've literally had some people on some mean Harleys come and ride with this thing. And they told me before we started riding, they're like, you're not going to be able to keep up. How are you going to keep up on a 250cc flat tracker? But I got this big hog, son, 133 on her. And I'm like, well, why don't you just ask me that same question at the end of the day? And at the end of the day, they came up to me and they're like, man, there was a point where we just let you lead because we felt like we was holding you up. And they're like, man, I tell you what, at the beginning of the day, I didn't think that little 250 was going to keep up. But at the end of the day, I was worried about keeping up with that little 250. Because you get a little bike like this in the mountains where it's real sharp curves and you just got switchback after switchback after switchback. Them Harleys, they don't lean too far. So you got to kind of take it slow and take the curves real smooth. That little bike over there, dude, you can lean her to the damn peg and she'll hold. I'm not even kidding, dude. It'll outrun a Harley until you hit a straightaway, and then they're just going to laugh at you. But yeah, you can make some of them mad in the curves, I'm telling you. People underestimate these little 250cc's. Yes, sir. Here's a good look at that cover that I installed yesterday. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is it a go? Is it a no? Should I throw it away? Should I frame it? Let me know what your opinion is. Figure we go on a little ride real quick. This thing sounds, it just sounds amazing. Like, I love the sound of a vertical twin with a 2-into-1. Got a little bit of head work and a little bit of cam work. Like, I've never heard another like Honda Rebel engine sound like this. This thing is pissed off, son. It'll daggum pull you anywhere too. Like, I'm going up a tiny hill right now with no throttle input in first gear, and it's just blah, 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 blah. Switch hands real quick. I'm telling y'all, dude, it sounds like it's just pissed off. Especially the low end torque after I changed the cam and did the head work. It just wants to go, dude. There is no cruising on this bike. With that flat slide carburetor and all that cam work and all that compression, like, you literally hear it. I know for a fact you ain't never heard a Honda Rebel sound like this. I know for a daggum fact, ain't nobody in the comments heard a Honda Rebel engine sound like this. Left ruts up the driveway, son. She don't play. To be a 250 from 1980, she really don't play. I'm literally just letting her idle down this hill right now, and you hear it. Show me another Honda Rebel that sounds like this. I really want to see it. And I know people are going to think I'm stupid for modding a Honda Rebel, but you got it for free. Pretty much got a free race bike with just some elbow grease. And I literally take this thing places, and I'll bring my dang 70s iron head chopper, and everybody crowds around this bike, and they don't even pay the iron head chopper any attention. It's pretty crazy to me. People really love this thing, so I figured I'd show her off. She's just an old junk pile, man.
Mm-hmm.